What is going on, guys? My name is Atlantis, and welcome back to Icefire, the Bestiary. I'm so sorry for the long wait between this and the last episode, but I've been having Wi-Fi troubles, and I had stuff going on a while ago, and yeah, it's been difficult to get videos out. But the reason you guys are seeing this video, it's not because I have my new Wi-Fi yet. That's on the 24th of November. It's because it's the beginning of November, and the hotspot on my phone, which gets renewed every month, it is fast enough to upload. So you guys will be seeing this tomorrow, actually, because it's Saturday, and tomorrow's Monday? Is today Sunday? Oh, no, today's Saturday. Anyway, now that little explanation is over, and once I get new Wi-Fi, things will be pretty much hopefully back to normal. And also the reason you're not getting a Ice and Fire episode today is because I've got a lot of stuff planned for that video, and same with RLCraft. What I have planned is going to take a lot longer than just what time I have right now. So anyway, let's get into this. So, what this series is, if you're new, welcome. What the series is it's based around this book right here. And my goal for the series is to do a different video on every single mob in the Ice and Fire mod. And this book is the Bestiary. It's basically the guide that tells you what stuff is, it gets you started when you first start with the mod, and what we're going to be going over today is Ice Dragons. So this is their tab in the Bestiary. Feel free to pause this stuff and read it. I'm not going to read it because I'm just going to tell you all of this and more. Let's see, that's the end of that. Where's the eggs? Eggs and cakes. There we go. Yes, I'm just gonna tell you all this stuff and more. Anyway, let's get into it. If I sound tired, I'm sorry. I was up all night planning stuff in Ice and Fire. I didn't go to bed till like 8, and I woke up at noon. That's not good for you. Anyway, this is their spawn egg. You'll see this in the creative inventory. These are their actual eggs, and now the only way to get these is... the only way to get them in survival, the first one you get, you're gonna have to kill a stage 3 or... not stage 3, stage 4 or 5 dragon, and I'll show you how to find those and how to, how to kill them. They're a bit more difficult in this update. And these are their colors. Now, the color does not necessarily correspond to the dragon you kill, so if you kill a dragon that's a dark blue color, that doesn't mean you'll get a dark blue egg, it means you can get that egg or any of these. And there's also a chance that you'll get 2 eggs that drop, or 3. I've heard people getting 3, I think I've even heard someone get 4 once, but there is a chance that more than 1 egg will drop. And this is the only way to get a baby dragon, and after you get these, you can actually breed them. And there's something interesting I found out about the breeding, and I'll show you that when I show you how to breed them. Anyway, let's move along. This is the armor. Now, the scales you'll get when you kill a dragon, so yeah, that dragon over there, see that dragon over there? It's blue, so if you kill it, you would get these scales, the blue ones. However, you're not necessarily guaranteed scales, and I'll explain why in just a moment. And then they can make armor. The crafting recipe is just the same as normal vanilla armor. And right along. Now, this is what they drop. Now, the interesting thing about my voice, about the scales and the flesh is that you won't necessarily get them every single time, and the reason for that is if you get this stuff called dragon blood, it won't give you as many scales. You either have to choose between this or these two, and the stupid thing is that I think this is a little bit BS. If you take all the dragon blood from a female dragon, which, by the way, female dragons are guaranteed to drop an egg if they are stage 4 or 5, then you won't get an egg, so be careful when you're taking blood from female dragons, because otherwise you won't get an egg if you take all the blood. And you'll know when you've taken all the blood because you won't be able to take any more, but also it'll just have the skeleton remaining. And the skeleton, you get bones, you get a skull for every dragon you kill, and you can place the skull. You can't really do much else with it. And fun fact about the skulls, the bigger the dragon, the bigger the skull. So if it was a really tiny dragon, this skull would be about the size of this bit of their nose. Anyway, moving right along to the tools. This is what the bones are useful for. Now you can make just the standard tools, just axe, pickaxe, you know, all that stuff. Why do I have that there twice? Hold on, pickaxe! I'm all over the place today. There, that's better. That's better. You can make dragon bone tools with all of these, and it's pretty much the same recipe as in vanilla, just replace the handle with wither bones, and wither bones you get by killing withers, or you can kill cockatrices, which I will cover in a later video, and then the dragon bones just replace whatever you're making it out of. And yeah, that's about how I do it. The only difference is the arrow, and you need wither bone shards, but you literally just put the wither bone in a crafting table, and that's how you make them. Right, so moving right along to the newer section of the mod. Now, this is stuff that was added in the last update. Most of it, anyway. Most of the stuff that you see behind me was in the last update, except for that stuff, that stuff right there, which we'll get to in a moment. Now, this is the dragon steel. Now, the way you get this is rather interesting, and I'll explain how in just a moment. But this stuff makes some really incredible tools and armor. This These tools are amazing and I love them. I use them in my Ice of Fire world. They're heckin' brilliant. And then of course you got armor, which is better than any other armor in the game if you've only got this mod installed. If you have a mod that adds other armor, then it probably won't be, but it's the best armor in the mod. And then it also added things called chains? Yes, because you don't know what chains are apparently. It also added chains which you can use to actually capture dragons. So let's say, I don't know, let's dragon. Let's spawn you, please don't be too big. Yay! So you can actually bring dragons with you now. And the interesting thing is, this works with other mobs as well. So, if you got this mod installed, capturing villagers is a lot easier. What am I supposed to do with you? Alright, that guy's just gonna hang out over there. But then they've also got sticky chains. Now this is just made with slime and the chains, and then the chain links obviously make the chains, but the sticky chains are made with slime, and these allow you to hook two creatures together. So I could hook that dragon to something else if I wanted to, but that's all the sticky chain does. And now this sword right here, this isn't actually a new weapon. This is what happens when you combine this sword and the dragon blood. And this is an ice dragon bone sword, and not nearly as good as the dragon steel sword, but it will do for before you manage to get dragon steel. So, and this, like you said, all I need. My voice is not here today. I'm not restarting this recording. All you need to do this is a dragon bone sword. It can't have any use durability, and one dragon blood. So you only ever need, really, if you never die again in your life, you only need one dragon blood for now. You will need more later, and that's for something I'll explain in just a moment. So anyway, moving right along from all of this stuff, these are the dragon scale blocks. There's one for each respective kind of scale, and these have a use, but they also look really pretty. Same with bones, and you can actually make walls out of bones. Now the interesting thing about these blocks, at least I think all of the blocks, I know for sure the bones, but I think the blocks as well, dragons can't break them. So that's an interesting thing. Even if you have it set in the config for them to be able to break stuff, they can't break these. So that's nice. And this is how they're crafted, obviously, now. Before we get onto that, you can also make banners. So this is what happens when you make a dragon skull banner, and the other one is a dragon heart. And the fire variant is actually slightly different. This is something I didn't put in the other video because I forgot it existed. So here you go. Banner time. Anyway, moving right along. Now this is where we get to how to make a dragon steel. Now, this is a new thing in the game called a dragon steel forge, or dragon forge thingy thing. Dragon forge, you get it. This is how you craft the blocks. Now this is dragon forge brick. Now obviously the fire has its own variation. Oh, it's not too late. This is the ice version, and this is crafted with these scales and stone. And this makes these blocks, and obviously you need bone blocks as well for the corners here. Now this is the aperture, and I know what it's for, but yeah, just do that. And then now this is the aperture. Now this allows, I guess it sort of allows like the thing to intake the breath from the power. Yeah, you guys get it. This is how it's crafted. 4 iron, 4 scales, and then this block right here goes in the center. Now, normally it wouldn't be lit up like this when you placed it. That's just something it likes to do for some reason. But this is the crafting recipe. You need a heart of a dragon, and you need, again, scales all the way around. This is how you make this. So it's 4 bone blocks, 5 of these blocks, then the aperture thing and the center thing. A bunch of these, what is that, like 7? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those, and then the same thing as bottom on top. That's how you make it, and it makes this. And when you place in the final block, it will make the side thing right there. That's how you can tell it's working. So, before we get into how those are powered, another thing, you can make dragon steel blocks. This is just same as anything else. Sapphires, these are things you'll find in ice dragon layers and roosts. These are exclusive to the ice dragons, but I think you can also mine them in some areas. I have found them while mining before. And then, of course, silver. That is also something exclusive to ice dragons, which you can again find mining. You won't find these 2 blocks in fire dragon roosts or layers. Anyway, now on to how to power the forge. By the way, these are their blocks. This is the nest block, and I'll get to how to do that in just a moment. How to get those blocks anyway. On to powering these. Now, in order to make dragon steel, you need 2 things. You need iron, and you need dragon blood, which I conveniently have in my inventory. Now, the thing is, if you just use a normal block, it'll just turn into the ice variant, or dragon ice. And if you need dragon ice, this is a good way to make it, but why would you just need dragon ice? And the way these are powered, as you just saw, they're powered by dragons. And basically, you put the blood here, you put the iron here, and then that dragon will breathe ice on this, and when this fills up, you'll get a dragon steel ingot over here. This does take time, and I have heard that the bigger dragons do make it take less time, but I'm not 100% sure. But the interesting thing is, this dragon over here is not tamed, but you can still use untamed dragons to power the forge. If you would look the other way! There we go, that's better. Now, he just needed some motivation. So this dragon will power the forge, and this way you don't have to use your tamed dragons. You can just capture a wild one, chain it down, and use it to power your forge, even though it might argue with you. And it won't be happy about it either. But yeah, that's how you get the dragon steel. Once you make enough of that, you'll be able to make all the tools, and then you just need wither bones, and yeah, moving right along. Right, so now, that is so loud, we get on— okay, you know what? That is so loud. Ah, that's better. Now we get on to how to breed dragons. So in order to breed your dragons, you need a male and a female, and there is a way to tell the difference. So as you can see, that dragon over there does not have spots on its wings, and that means it is a female. This dragon does have spots, and that means it's a male. You'll be able to tell the difference just like this, and yeah. So when you're hunting dragons, say you find a lair, and you want to get an egg, and you don't want to take all the blood like I told you, if a dragon doesn't have spots, you're guaranteed to get an egg. If it does have spots, you're not going to get an egg. And honestly, when it comes to taking blood from dragons, I'd only take it from males because it just, yeah, it's just better that way. I find it better that way. You can do whatever you want, but anyway. When you breed them, you make the— I can't talk today. I'm doing my best. You make this mixture. Now this is frost lily mixture. Voice. It is made with prismarine crystals, frost lilies, and a bowl. Frost lilies you can find in snow biomes, snow plains, snow mountains, in just those general areas. And prismarine crystals, obviously you get those from guardians. And now, the interesting thing that I found out about breeding dragons is— okay, first off, get out of the furnace. Come on, stop it. You're so loud. Is you can actually— I do believe you can actually breed a wild dragon with a not wild dragon. So let's see what happens if you set this guy to wander. By the way, this is the dragon staff. This is how you control your dragon. You can right click to set its home position, or shift right click to set its home position, shift right click to unset it, and then if you right click on it again, it'll follow you around. If you right click on it again, it'll be wandering. So let's see. Are you gonna do anything? I don't know if you will. I've seen it work before. Come down! Oh, jeez. Okay, well. Let me fix this. I know it's possible. I've seen it done. Okay, that's what I needed it to do. So now, because this is a male and a female dragon, there we go, it just made an egg. Now, previously, I believed that you needed 2 tamed dragons to get an egg. However— oh jeez, come back. Come back, come back, come back, sit. You do not need 2 tamed dragons. You only need— I do believe it has to be a female dragon. I'm pretty sure it's a female dragon because I tried it with a male dragon and it didn't work. You have to have a tamed female dragon, and then you can find a wild dragon and breed it. But hold on, let me test with the male dragon as well. This dragon isn't tamed, by the way. You can see. Not tamed. I can't right click on it. I can't tell it to sit. Now, with this, you tame it. I'll explain what that is in a moment. But anyway, let me go see if this dragon will actually breed with a wild female, because if they do, then that means once you get any dragon, you can just make a thing. Okay, come here, you. Okay, yeah, I don't think it works if you have a tamed male dragon, because that's a wild dragon, and this one is not. So I do believe you have to have a tamed female dragon, and then if you find a wild male dragon, you can breed them. But be careful, because the dragon will attack you, and then your dragon might attack it, and yeah, no one likes that. Are you escorting me? You're following me. No, you're not. You're just standing there. Okay, you can stay there. But yes, you can breed a tamed female dragon with a wild male dragon, or once you have 2 dragons that are male and female, you can breed them as well in the same way using the frost lily mixture. Just feed it to both dragons and they'll do the thing. And then once you have bred the dragons, you get this little structure right here that spawns. This is the nest. This is how you get the nest blocks. It's got the path block in the middle, and then you've got the egg in the middle as well. That's how you get eggs, and then you can go on to hatch this egg. And let me show you how to do that. So, in order to hatch this little egg, you need to do one thing. Place it in the water. That's it. And then it'll turn to ice just like that. And then just stay with it and it'll hatch, and then you'll have a little baby dragon. And when the dragon is born, this is what it'll look like. It'll be tiny. This one's 3 days old, so it'll be a tiny bit tinier than that. You won't even be able to tell the difference. It'll be so small. And then if you right click on it, you can have it on your shoulder. You can actually hold 3 of these. You can have one on each shoulder and one on top of your head. It's so cute. But then you're gonna have to feed it because it will have hunger going down. Its health will need to be brought up by food as well. Just feed it, just take care of it. And then I mentioned earlier stage 5 and stage 4 and 5 dragons, the way to tell the difference. When they're tamed, you can right click on them to tell. But one way to tell for sure in the wild is stage 3 dragons only ever spawn above ground. You will never find one underground, and you may find a stage 4 or 5 above ground, but that's only if they break out of their lair. And stages 4 and 5 are only ever going to spawn underground, so there you go. That's how you can tell the difference. And stage 1 and 2 will never be found in the wild. So this is stage 1, so stage 1 and 2, they won't spawn out in the wild. This one, I believe, if you want to get an idea for size, this one is stage 3, so this is like a mid-age stage 3, and then, of course, they get bigger. And now, let's go on to some of the stuff you guys saw me using while I was doing the thing over there. Doing the thing. Yes, I'm good at this. It's too early in the day. Why did I stay up all night? This is dragon meal. And now what this does, as you saw, I don't think you guys saw, I'm gonna cut that out. This makes you, this lets you grow your dragon. Now the crafting recipe for this, dragon meal. This is the recipe. It takes 4 of some sorts of meat and 5 bones, and you get 1, and this will grow your dragon by 1 day. So right click on it, little dragon grows. So if we keep right clicking on her, she will now be stage 2, and you can tell because of how old they are. Not only do they change in color, but you can tell by right clicking on them. Stage 2 is anywhere between 25 days to 50 days, and then, yeah, 25-day increments, that's all you need to know. And then if you keep right clicking, then it'll eventually get to stage 3. Now, you can only ride dragons once they're stage 3. Stage 1, they can't fly, so you'll be fine to just keep them there. Stage 2 can fly, but you can't ride it. And stage 3 and up, you can ride the dragons, and they can fly. And then if you press R, or whatever your keybind is, the dragon will do an attack. Now, you can turn off the dragon griefing in the config, and that'll make stuff not get destroyed. This dragon can't really destroy anything, because it's not as big. And the bigger the dragon gets, the more damage it'll do. So anyway, let's go over here and explain the rest of the dragon meal. Now, say you've got a dragon land, you think. Their landing is a little bit buggy in the update, but they still work. So, say you've got a dragon that you're happy with how big it is, or you just want to keep a tiny one as a house pet. This is sickly dragon meal, and this will permanently stop the dragon from growing. So if you want a dragon to grow up, don't feed it this. So then if you right click on this, it's not going to grow anymore. And then this right here, this is creative dragon meal, and the only way to get this is in the creative inventory, and it basically lets you tame dragons just by feeding it to them. So let me see, let's grab this, let me just spawn you, tame, and there you go, now it'd be tame. Sit down. Tame. There we go, this dragon is now tamed, and it was wild a second ago, but now it's tamed. So anyway, these blocks right here, these are the dragon tool things. Now, the dragon bone flute, what this does is, say this dragon is on wander and it tries to fly away. If you right click on this, it will bring the dragon back to the ground. Now this only works within a certain area, but you can change that in the config files, and it'll bring the dragon back down to the ground so it doesn't fly off without you. This is the dragon horn. Now this is basically a convenient carrying case for your dragon. So say you want to take them to the end, to the nether, just put them in here. They'll be safely stored in your inventory. You can travel through to wherever you're going, and then just hold down right click and let them out. And that's how that works. So next is the dragon command staff. Now, as I said earlier, this is the thing that tells them what to do. If you shift right click, it sets their home position. Shift right click again, and it unsets it. Right click, they'll be escorting you, or right click again, they'll be wandering, and right click again, they'll stay. Now the escorts is when they'll follow you. It is a bit buggy, so just be aware of that. And then I'm moving right along. Now this is the final bit in terms of items in the mod. Now, the dragons do have armor. This is the various different kinds of armor. You've got each of the dragon steel armors, you've got silver armor, and then iron, gold, and diamond. And these are the crafting recipes for each piece of armor. It doesn't matter what kind of armor you're making, you're going to need 21 blocks of whatever you're making. So if you're making it out of diamond, you're going to need 21 diamond blocks. If you're making it out of dragon steel, 21 dragon steel blocks. And these are the recipes, and yeah, again, if you have JAI installed, you can just find them in here. These are the recipes. It's, yeah, fairly simple. Anyway, let's get on to how to find dragon lairs. Right, so before we get into the ice dragon lairs, which are the underground bit, this is an ice dragon roost, and this is the place where you're going to find stage 3 dragon spawn. There's that dragon, it's over there destroying stuff. This is where you're going to find stage 3 dragons spawning, and I would recommend killing the dragon before you try to raid this, or making sure it's really far away, because they can hear you opening chests and they'll come and kill you if they catch you. Anyway, now when it comes to finding the lairs, which are caves underground, there's several ways to do it. If you're not afraid of cheating, just use an X-ray or spectator mode, but again, that's cheating, how dare you. If you want to do it legitimately, do a lot of digging. Now obviously this whole world is a snow biome, but if you find a small enough one, you should be able to just dig poke holes, and if there's one there, you'll find it. And that's how I usually find them. Or just dig a lot and you will find one eventually. Or, if you're lucky enough, you'll find one poking through the surface. Now, there's not going to be one poking through the surface around here because there's snow everywhere, good luck finding one. But, down in this cave, say you're like, oh, I'm gonna go mining in this cave. Whee! Oh, nope, you found a dragon lair. You can find them in caves like go away. You can find them in caves like this, and when it comes to killing them, in the new update, it's a bit difficult. So, you can go about this however you want. The old way of doing it would be to shoot them with arrows from the top, but that's not gonna work anymore because they'll wake up. Dropping lava on it doesn't work either because, again, it wakes up. So what I would recommend doing is getting a thing called a siren flute, or just getting very OP stuff. A siren flute, and this will make targets not attack you for 10 seconds. And when you do that, you can take chains, and you can take wall, and you can get dragon bones without killing dragons. You can find their skeletons out in the deserts or in the snow biomes. Chain the dragon down when it's done with the dragon flute. Run away before the dragon flute wears off, or dig a hole. Just get away, I don't care how you do it. And then you can shoot the thing and it won't be able to get away. Or you can kill it, whatever. Oh, you're awake. Lovely. And now, when it comes to this dragon, this one is a male, and you can tell because of the spots. However, the advantage with males is they have a lot better loot than females. Females, you'll always get an egg, but the males have actual loot, like diamond armor, enchanted books, etc, etc, more ores and stuff, more chests, and that's just something they have. So anyway, I am going to kill this dragon, and I'll be right back once I've done it. Right, so this dragon is dead. Let's say you've just went through an epic fight, the dragon is dead. It couldn't escape because it was attached to a chain and a wall, and yeah, now you've got a dead dragon. Now, this dragon is not going to drop an egg, as I've said, because it's a male. However, you could still get scales, or with a bottle, you can get a dragon blood. And you're gonna need this if you're making dragon steel, so, and like I said, this is one of the better ones to take the blood from, because it is a male, you don't have to worry about losing an egg. And then you get a lot of bones, you get a lot of loot out of stage 4 or 5 dragons. This one I think was stage 5, it looked like a stage 5. This is how many skills you got even with taking the blood. That's the skull, it's heckin' huge. It's got an overbite. And then you can raid all of this. Beware of mobs, however, because they are going to spawn unless you light everything up. Raid all this, take all the silver, there's the sapphire ore, like I showed you guys. Let's see, what's in here, more stuff. And those pages actually these pages, before we move on, these pages are what you use to make the bestiary, and I should probably go over this. These pages are what you use to make the bestiary, you just combine them with a book. Bestiary, you just combine them with a book. Actually, you don't even combine them with a book, I'm an idiot, you just need 3 of them. And then you use a lectern, which is another item in the mod, to add more pages to them, and eventually you'll run out of pages to add, so you really don't need more than like 32? Yeah, just count those tabs, that's how many you need. Actually, you need less than that, 1 less, because one of them's already there. Anyway, my throat hurts, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. If you really enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. That is so incredible that we hit that even though I haven't been able to upload. That is incredible. Thank you guys so much. That means the world to me. I do have something special planned for 5,000. I still have to finish setting it up, but I do have something planned for 5,000, and that I can't wait till we hit it because I'm excited for it. But anyway, I am sorry for no videos lately. I have had Wi-Fi problems, as I've mentioned, but by the end of this month, we will have better Wi-Fi. On November 24th is when we're getting installed, but if something happens by the end of this month at the very latest. And again, the reason you're seeing this is because of my hotspot. But anyway, is that everything? I think that's everything. My throat hurts. I'm tired. I'm gonna go edit this and then sleep. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!